Hi, everyone. This is Leah Russ here in New York, and I am with the lovely Meghma here in India, and she is about to do our weekly check in with the spirits and the guides and the energies of the universe through tarot to help us understand what we're going to be up against this week or what we're going to be supported by this week. And take it away, Meghma.
Yep. Let me. Well, we already have our first card, which is the Five of Swords. This is like definitely an energy I am feeling personally. It's about, like thinking through everything that's going on and kind of feeling very lost in thought and spaced out and not really aware of what's going on around. And as you can see that this person doesn't have the swords like collected and stacked neatly. It's like all over the place, rolling off the rock thing that he's sitting on. So yeah, and me personally, that I have been getting the message is you can think and think and think as much as you want, but in the end, it's about being present in the moment and being in full surrender that will lead you through these portals. Because every time we feel those chaotic pressure around us that really challenges us, it's our energetic portals, and it's not up to us to lead ourselves through it, through our ego or our mind that thinks, but to surrender so our guides, our higher self, can lead us through those places and take us where we are supposed to be.
Can I just interrupt? I know we don't normally do this, but wow, what an important point, folks. Not to surrender and allow ourselves to be led. And we allow ourselves to be led by correctness, by alignment, by our destiny. And what a huge difference. And now we are being supported by the universe to do that. We're being supported more than we ever have. So I think you will find, if you try this as an experiment, that you will find an amazing sense not only of success, but of a deepening of an understanding about the core of who you are and why you're here. I mean, basically all win-wins. So sorry for interrupting the reading, but wow, yes, surrender. Love that. But it's an unusual use of the word surrender.
Beautiful. And it's okay, Leah. I love when you collaborate on the reading and make the message even more potent for our viewers. So it's a win-win, like you said. So the energy that we are feeling right now is chaotic, and it is pulling us and our thoughts in many different directions. And it's going to be exhausting to try and keep track of everything and making sense out of it. So honestly, this time I'm gonna say it, give up.
Yeah, I think that's a great piece of advice.
Yeah. So what are we going to do instead? Um,
Well, remember, we have in our book, the Ascension Guide, we have a page called Surrender. There are two pictures on that page. One is a young man hiking up a snow covered mountain and he's face down. He's now surrendered and he's got a white flag with his face in the snow, right? So you can surrender that way. On the opposite page, we have a young woman with flowers in her hair on the mountainside, and she has her arms up and her head is up, and she's surrendering. So we can be forced into physical surrender because we've been pushing so hard and fighting, trying to get through that wall, right? And we can
mhm.
finally surrender out of pure exhaustion. that we just
Mhm.
can't fight anymore. And so,
Yeah.
okay, we'll surrender God, we'll surrender higher power, we'll surrender universe. Or you can step into alignment and walk joyfully into surrender.
While you
Feel that
open
your
your heart.
heart. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, continue. Total body
Okay.
goosebumps.
Okay, so the next card we have is Queen of Swords. So, and see how, if you can, the sword is downward, so it is in a non-attacking position. It is in a relaxed place, and she is in total ownership of the sword. And whenever I look at her blue cape, it reminds me of wearing our truth. For some reason, this color in this deck at least reminds me of my own authentic truth that I'm wearing around myself. And this is talking about the embodiment. Uh, Her head is covered in a wrap, so she is keeping her thoughts, her mental battle or counsel or whatever is going on up there to herself. This means right now, while you're surrendering to the chaos and your higher self to help you walk through it and cross this process, this bridge to the other side, it's important that you do it, respect this process in a spiritual, energetic manner. Be very careful with whom you are sharing about your experiences and your confusion or turmoil, because depending on the person, you may find respite and solution, or you can find more chaos and more confusion. So be mindful about that, because this is a delicate space that you are in. So be mindful what will make it better for you and what won't. And if you have a confusion, it's better to keep it to yourself. Embody your truth and your peace and let things unfold. Yes, Lia.
Sorry, I can't. I just kept being drawn to her hand. Her hand is not on her womb. Her hand is lower than her womb. And what I feel like sexual energy is involved in this transition. And that if you are feeling at all like you do not want to share yourself sexually right now, I feel it's a very important time to honor that. Um, and I've never said anything like this in a reading, but I'm really getting this sense of like, protect that core, respect it, and
Yes.
listen to yourself. And that this will be kind of like a key part of moving through the next phase.
And what I am like hearing also is that whatever is going on in your life right now, and we know that we are going through a literal portal, the eclipse portal. So whatever is going on in your life right now, it is sacred. And that's the word. It is very, very sacred to your soul, to your higher self, and your journey ahead. So yes, so how you're sharing it and how you're dealing with your energy is of paramount importance right now.
Yes, that's a total in alignment with what I was feeling. Thank you, Meghma. Awesome.
Wow. So I'm going to do actually 4 cards today because that's how the reading is happening. The another card, again, a swords card. So there is a lot of mental chatter, okay? And this can be your own inner dialogue and inner conversation, or it could be people coming and putting ideas into your head that pulls you down into a rabbit hole. And we have 10 of swords, which is the kind of surrender that Lia was comparing and telling you about from our book. This is the face down, cannot go like further. So you are surrendering out of the need to surrender. You're just simply too exhausted to move ahead and even see that the water is very like right there, but the hand could just reach out and touch it and find that refreshment, find that respite. But But if you're like face down in the heaviness of your thoughts and all the, what ifs, what if and what could be's that in your head is weighing you down too much, you might not be able to access the solution, the bliss that is right there, and you have almost made it, right? You have almost made it there and you're exhausted. So uh just just let the water come to you, and it will rise up and come to you, and it's okay. Don't feel that if you feel exhausted and feel stuck and you feel that I don't know if I would be able to move further or not. You can surrender to the universe and say, universe, I tried my best in my own way and I have reached this far. Can you please help me here? Can you please give me what I need at this moment to either look up and reach the destination myself or bring the destination to me? What works in the best way? Please help me do that. And there is no shame or resistance in asking for that. You just have to really ask for what you need at some times and surrender that you will receive it.
So beautiful. And I want to ask you, is that a bowl near his other hand on the ground?
It's his cap.
Oh, it's his cat. Okay. I saw it as a bowl. And this is what the message came to me. First of all, I saw the swords in his back as, other people having wounded him, listening to the voices of others. We accept those things. Okay. It's up to us. Why we get so stuck on wanting other people to support us on our journey, wanting other people to see who we are, wanting other people, and then in our desire to get that kind of support, when they don't, we receive that not seeing us that way as a stab in the back, right? They wound us to our core because they don't see us. Really? Like, how does someone else seeing you one way or another affect you at all? It doesn't. We're giving our power away because we're not just standing in who we are and saying, I hear that that's something you would like for me, but it's not in alignment with me. But the other thing, that was an aside rabbit hole. What I want to get back to is that idea of he fell face down because he's burdened by all of these swords in his back. But I also saw the swords as kind of like almost children, like the way an opossum carries her babies on her back. And, she can have 10 babies, and as they grow, they're getting heavier and heavier. And it's harder and harder for her to push herself off the ground to travel any distance. And only we can decide when we've had enough. And then what I want to also say is, like, sometimes when we're face down in the thick of everything, and our faces in the earth, we can't see that we've made any progress. We can't see anything at all. Hold on for a second. Meghma is calling me.
Hi everybody. So I just lost power in my computer, but now I'm back to tell you about the rest of the cards today. And let me tell you the symbology and the transformation of energy that we are discussing today is so wonderful and potent. We were just talking about the Ten of Swords and how we carry what other people think or tell us about ourselves, and how we carry it in behind our back is what makes us feel heavy. It really drains us to a point where we can't even move forward because believing those words and those statements about ourselves that are not necessarily true, we pull ourselves away from our alignment and away from our path, and hence we don't see the progress. Hence we feel we can't move forward because of the weight of those thoughts and beliefs. Then we have is the card Justice. Now, justice is all about delivering balance. and restoring what is right, what is true. And it's interesting when you compare it with the Queen of Swords card, you can see how it is so much similar. And here she is just looking up, and she has let go of her veil, the covering of her head, which is like, yes, now may be the time when you are being asked to lay low, keep your head down, keep it to yourself, and just make through this portal whole, intact, in one piece. But once you are through this process and you know who you are and you are embodying your truth, you will also embody your power, because you are walking in harmony with the universe. And it's all it's and for light workers who are so drawn to help others and make lives of others better, it is such an important lesson to remember that the balance of making our lives better, our own lives better, and then sharing from that space is so, so important. And I keep saying this because I see so many people, especially women, wounded to think that the only way that they can give value is by depleting themselves while providing from others, and somehow caring for themselves, loving themselves, taking time for themselves is such a taboo. And this is not the time to cling on to those old paradigms and beliefs. I'll just end with the last card, and today we have a couple extra because important messages, strong energies, and whatnot. So we're talking about the 10 of Swords, like the burden, that heaviness. Now, as you release these external thoughts and patterns of what people have told you to be and things that are pulling you back, the energy that are holding you down, as you keep releasing this, doesn't mean the heaviness, the burden will go away and you will feel absolutely light and skipping off pebbles to reach the destination, like la 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 la. That's not going to happen. The thing is, the nature of your burden is going to change. So we also have the 10 of Wands, and 10, two cards with 10. 10 is a number of completion, of beginning a new cycle, right? It's reaching a level of completion, and yes, beginning a new cycle. And the nature of burden is different. You are more capable of carrying it. You are willingly carrying it. You're carrying it because you know you need this. And these are not what people think about you or how they judge you. These are your own mission. These are your own passions and your own reasons to be here and to do what you're doing. And these burdens, even though can be heavy, and sometimes only you will be alone in the journey carrying it forward, but it is worth it. And you find the strength to carry this burden because it's a gift and not a shackle that will hold you down and pin you in one place.
And it's also not bleeding you out. The other ones are bleeding your life essence away. This is not harming you. It is just work. But it should be, could be a joyous work, because it is carrying you down the path in a direction of your own choosing with your own volition. And those things you're carrying will help you set up your next life. So it's all very exciting.
Yeah. Yep. So this portal, as this eclipse portal comes to a completion, know that you are stepping into a new phase of your life, which is going to be a demanding one. It will ask a lot from you, but where you are putting your energy and the kind of effort and the kind of work you are doing is for you to choose, to be consciously aware where you are giving the effort, and then proceeding accordingly. This is a time for some work. It will take some effort, but it's going to be worth it if you walk in alignment to your truth and to your self-love.
Yeah, and I just want to, when you held up those two cards of the two
Justice and Queen of
Yeah,
Swords.
yeah. So what I see, the one, the Queen of Swords is protecting herself. She's very much in a time of protection. She's got her cloak on, she's got her heart, and she's covering her uterus. And it's a time of indrawing. She's looking in. Okay. This is when we build our power. It can be a frustrating time because it can feel like we're not moving forward, but we need to honor the cycles of life. And after we have produced, we need to indraw. I mean, even the earth has winter, okay, where she is not fruitful in an exterior way that you can see, but internally she's building up her resources and her resilience. And when spring comes, she bursts forth with so much life and fecundity. So we have this sacred calling to follow those same kinds of rhythms. And by looking inside, we can own and identify when we get to those places, right? Then you see in the other card that the shawl is off, her shoulders are exposed, her head is exposed. She's looking out, she's emitting her truth, but she also now has a familiar. She has the owl. An owl sees in the dark. But you can't open up to connect with who are your familiars, who are your guides. You can't connect to that while you are closed. You need to be open and receptive to, So anyway, that was all I wanted to add.
Thank you, Leah. And we hope that this reading helps you guys through the energies that we are dealing together right now. And we will discuss more in our Sunday support group call. So we hope you will be there. And if you need any help regarding that, or if you have any questions, just let us know and we will respond to you at our earliest. Thank you and happy ascension.
Yeah, and just, Meghma said this is going to be a week of hard work. So really, truly, if you find yourself feeling in a moment of surrender where you just can't go on, do reach out to us, okay? That's what we're here for. So happy ascension, and we will see you next week. If we don't see you Sunday on the support call, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. And you can find the link in our Facebook page. Okay,
Yep.
thank you. Bye.